What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I am Ramon Garcia, and boy, I'm excited. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my channel, for taking time to watch my channel. I appreciate that. I want to thank those who like my videos and who subscribe to my videos, and I want to challenge each and every one of you to subscribe to this channel so you can get up to the minute notifications on my content that's put out there. Also, if you like my content, don't forget to hit that smash button on the bottom of your screen there. So let's get started. I want to talk about raising rents. Yes, raising rents. I know, Ramon, you're crazy. You're crazy. How are you going to raise rent in the middle of a pandemic? How are you going to raise rent, when things are going bad? Blah, 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 blah. I understand that. And that's a great concern. But we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about that. Is it a good time to raise rents? Well, your bills keep piling up. Your bills keep going up. My taxes in my hometown where I own property raised my tax. My taxes went up. There was an increase in property taxes. Yes. So do you think the government cares if you want to raise rents or not, or if you're able to raise rents? Do you think they care that your tenants are struggling and that you're struggling to get rents? Do you think they care? Well, guess what? I have news for you. They don't care. They want their money. It's funny because they're living life like there's no pandemic. They're just moving along, right? Bills got to get paid. Right? Finances have to be met. Budgets have to be met. So they don't care if you, the landlord, or you, the tenant, have to deal with rental increases. So guess what? If you're a landlord and you got bills to pay and everything's going up, folks. The water, the sewer going up, light bills, electric is going up, gas, everything's on the rise. There's inflation going on. It's all over the news. You guys can see it, read it. It's all over. It's all in your face. Property taxes, insurances going up. So I got to tell you, landlords, you got to do what you got to do. However, there's ways of doing it. I know it's tough. I do not like to raise rents. I'm going to be flat out. I don't like raising rents, but you have to raise the rents. You got no choice. The bills got to be paid. And you need enough income to put aside for an emergency fund. On top of, making the income that you're supposed to, that supposedly you're supposed to make as a landlord. Because, right, we're all in this to make, money. That's what it's a no-brainer. I'm not going to hide nothing. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, right? So, raising rents. I have three ways I want to talk about. Three ways that you can raise rents, and I'll tell you about them. And some I like, some I don't like. Number one, you can write a letter and send it to your tenant. So, as a landlord, you're probably saying, "How am I going to do this? I don't want to face the tenant. How do I raise rents?" You know what? That's one way. You write a letter and you put it in the mail. I would do it certified. Send a certified letter to the tenant so that it's documented. You get that slip back that says, yes, they received it, the date and the times they received it. And you have that as proof, just in case in the future you have to go to court, you have to go through an eviction, or you have to go through some legal proceeding. Okay? And in the letter, you want to be as straight front as possible. Hey, my bills are going up. It was tough. I lost a lot of money during COVID. The bills are going up. Inflation, taxes, insurance, water pollution, the water bill, the pollution bill, the sewer bill, electricity, gas. It's all going up. Maintenance is going up, right? Labor. These guys want to get paid. You got to cut the grass. You got to fix the leaks. You got to fix the roof. You need money to pay for that. Be upfront with your tenant and let them know that's one way. My first way, you send a letter. Type a letter, make it as professional as possible, understandable, and send a letter over through certified mail. That's number one. And it's really not my favorite. It's my least favorite of the three. Number one, get that letter in the mail, send it certified. Number two, another way to notify your tenants that you're doing a rental increase is you send a sheriff. You type the letter, prepare the document, just like we just spoke about. As professional as possible. Forgive me, I got my little French bulldog here. He may be snoring, so if you hear him, that's him. It's not me. Prepare the document and give it to your local town sheriff or your county sheriff, whoever can serve it. Sheriff is usually at least in my neck of the woods, it's a certified appointed person by the state of Connecticut. Sometimes they have to be voted in. Sometimes they're appointed. It all depends on where you live. Okay, you get them the letter, sort of like an eviction, right? You serve an eviction. The sheriff has to serve out all the paperwork, right? He's a certified employee of the state, okay, and again, or he can be voted in by constituents, okay. So they're valid. It's a valid document. I like this way better than the first way, the number one way of the first way of sending a letter. I'd rather have a sheriff hand deliver it. Here it costs me about $45 per serving, so I think it's worth it. I don't do certifications. I haven't done them in a while as far as certification mail goes, certified mail. But it's probably somewhere close to $20. So a sheriff is $45, and guess what? He or she hand delivers the document, gives it to the tenant in their hand, or brings it, puts it in their envelope at the unit, and then he or she writes a document, a certified document, and includes it with the return. And they give it to you, so you have it. So now you have a certified document from either an elected official or a certified representative for the state of Connecticut, or in that's my state, or certified county or state or city, and it's certified, and that's a home run, because the tenant can't say, "Well, I didn't get no mail, I didn't get the letter, I didn't get no certification tag or any return from the post office." I like number two. I like this way. I like the second way of doing it, because it's a body. It's a person, a live person, a real person going to your door and serving these papers. And so there's no excuse that they didn't get the notification, because that's probably one of the number one excuses that these tenants use. Well, I didn't know. I wasn't served. I didn't know. The landlord didn't call me. Okay? I don't like calling tenants, talking over the phone. I don't like sending text messages or emails. I don't like that. Okay? All that can be manipulated, as we probably know. And that leads into my third way of delivering your rental increase message, which I like the best. I'm a hands-on landlord. Okay? I don't have a property manager. I do have someone helping me. It's sort of like they'll communicate with the tenants and stuff like that. But I'm where I'm at because I'm a hands-on landlord. I've always been hands-on, boots on the ground type of person when dealing with my properties, and I think that's part of my first I give God the glory for the blessings, right? But being hands-on, folks, is the key. That's the icing on the cake. Okay? There's a difference when you show up in person, you, the landlord, and you communicate with your tenants in person. There's nothing better than that. That beats a sheriff, that beats one of your representatives that you send, that beats a letter in the mail, a text message, an email, or phone call. There's nothing better than showing up in person and dealing with your tenant face to face, face on, eye to eye. You guys see each other, you read each other, you feel for them, they feel for you, and I in my experience, that's always been effective. It's always been effective. So that's my third way of delivering a message of rental increase, whether it's a letter. You hand deliver it yourself as the landlord. You go to the tenant. Either you say, hey, you text them, hey, can I meet you here? I got information for you, or you just show up, or whatever the case may be, but you go in person. It's very important that you face them face to face. I think is the most effective way. Okay, and you tell them, look, things are tough. They've raised my taxes, my insurance has gone up, the water bill, all my bills are going up on this property. Maintenance is going up. I don't like to raise rents. You know that, because a lot of my tenants do know that. I got tenants for years. I haven't raised rents. I got them at a rental rate that's comfortable enough for me to pay the bills and have a little money extra in my pocket just in case something breaks down in the future and I got to fix it. I don't like to raise rent. You tell them, but I have to. I got to raise the rent. Look, it's not much. Usually it's 3 to 5%. That's what the recommended rate is. You check with your local town or state. You may have laws regarding that. But you tell them, hey, I got to raise the rent, man. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I should be raising it 3 to 5% a year, and I haven't, or I don't. But I have to raise the rent. I know it's tough times. It's a pandemic, but I have to raise the rent. $25, $50, $100. Here's your letter for the rental increase. If you can't afford it, let me know. I'll see what I could do to compromise. We'll work things out. See if we can come to a medium. But if we can't, unfortunately, you're gonna have to find a place that you can afford. I really want to help you out. I really want you to stay in my unit. I love having you as my tenant. I don't have any issues with you. I enjoy having you as my tenant. You've been great. You've been paying your rent. You take care of your property. I got no complaints about you. But I gotta raise the rent. I gotta pay the bills. I gotta cover costs. If I'm not covering costs, then there's no sense in me keeping the house. And I hate to have you live under another landlord. I want to keep you as my tenant. There you go, folks. Face on. You face them in person. You go there. You present yourself. And you let them know the deal. Okay? You talk to them respectfully. You have a tone of voice is important. Okay? Let them feel you. Let them know that, hey, this dude is he ain't bull crapping. He's I understand things gotta get paid. And folks, I haven't had one tenant that has moved on me. Not one that has moved on me because of a rental increase. They've moved because of other reasons, but not because of a rental increase. So there you have it for a quick rundown. Number one, you can type the letter, send it certified mail. I would do certified. I wouldn't do regular. I don't like that option. I don't like it. It's the least of my favorites. But you can do it if you feel comfortable. Maybe you're long distance. You're far away. Maybe you can send that letter, and when they receive it, and you receive the notification that you received it, maybe you drop a quick call and say, hey, you probably got this letter. Hey, let me explain. If you're long distance, that's number one. Number two, you send a sheriff. I like that way. You send a sheriff. Okay, he's an official of your city, county, or state, and he or she will include a certification letter stating that they delivered it, and they either hand delivered it, they left it at the door, but it's valid. It's a valid document. That costs a little bit more. It all depends. Here in my state, it's $45 for the serving. Okay, which is like I don't send any more mail. I don't send anything through the mail. If I want an important document delivered, I use a sheriff if I'm going to send it through the mail. If not, I go in person, which is my third way of my, raising the rents. Number 3, you go in person. Nothing beats that. Face to face, eye to eye. Let them see you, let them feel you, and you can relate back and forth. You start building that relation, folks, with your tenant. Okay? And you let them know, hey, things are tough. I took a hit last year with COVID. You're a great tenant. I appreciate you. I love everything about you, but here it is. I got if you got documents that stuff has gone up, you can bring that and show them, look, I've brought a water bill to my tenant and said, look, water bill at this house, look what I paid last year. Your year's up, I got to raise. I got to make up this cost. Everybody's rent's going up. So you do it face to face, which I think is the most effective way. Okay, there you have it, YouTube. I am out. If you like this content, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, help me get the word out there to help other landlords and tenants, right? And stay tuned for more content, more to come. Peace out. God bless.